Hi guys, this is my first video and about the Samsung, and I'm this is my first video for making a YouTube video on Androids, and this is basically Android Xengagers. So that's what I'm going to name this channel. I'm going to give you the latest updates about phones and whatever I come across. So just you gotta bear with me because I still don't have phones which are going to be coming to me for reviewing yet. So I'm going to be giving you reviews from the web, and let's start from there. Right, so let's talk about the Galaxy M31. Now this is the phone which is kind of available in the markets now, and it's a super AMOLED display, and it comes with 4 GB and 64 GB, and also the option of 6 GB and 128 GB. It's got a 6000 mAh battery with 15-watt fast charging and a 6.4-inch display. So yeah, it's got a super AMOLED screen, so that is one definitely good point which I think a lot of us should understand and look at from the terms of it's got, I think if I was to buy a phone like in a budget of less than 15,000-16,000, this is where it is in India. it's good. It's got a plastic bag to it, and it's got it's definitely not water resistant. It's got a 48 megapixel triple camera, okay, out here. So that's something which is, I think in India you don't get this rectangular, this camera cover behind. It comes with a more narrow, thin line kind of a display. You know when you get your product. That's what I've noticed. So it's pretty thick. It's not too thin like the A series. I just think that if it's a little thicker, I would look at it from the aspect of heating issues. A little thicker body gives more room for breathing, and it would get hot less, because the A series are really thin, like quarter size thinner than the M series. So that's just my perspective. Going for the 6 GB makes sense because you get a little more speed, and especially if you're into gaming, and it would be better for you. So let's get into it now. It comes with a 6000 mAh battery, which is, I think, a monster, and it's something very good, and it's definitely worth it. With a super AMOLED display panel, which is again very important, especially with the kind of displays you get nowadays. These are the premium ones, and I think it's something which every phone manufacturer should give. As you can see, there are a lot of reviews about this phone, and it's got good reviews. Yeah. As this is about the battery, yeah, 6000, and it should last for a day and a half. Maybe on heavy usage may not be 2 days, but on medium average use, definitely, for sure. 15-watt charger is what you get. Maybe I think it takes 2 to 3 hours to charge, but at least an 18-watt charger would have been better. That's what I feel. Yeah, 48 megapixel rear camera, 8 megapixel ultra wide, 20 megapixel front camera. That's something which is, you can see the U shape. I think it looks pretty unique. It's something different than the water droplet. Something different and unique, definitely. And these are some example of the pictures which you can see. I think they're very good. It's not bad. I mean, the colors look more natural, and the blues and the red looks more realistic, unlike some phones which completely change the tints of the colors, and it looks very artificial. In low lighting, as you can see, it's decent, and as you can see, I think this is a wide angle. This is Pro mode, right? So this is I think it's got a very natural color setting and excellent blues, and I mean, since it's a super AMOLED, you definitely are going to get this kind of quality. Yeah, this is the wide angle. You got the Infinity U display, which puts you on a total binge mode. So yeah, plus it's got a contrast of 78966 p. Brightness is 420 nits, which is good. It's not bad. I mean, you get higher, but 420 is good for this price range. Corning Gorilla 3 is definitely good. I've had a phone which had that. It takes a lot of scratches. It takes the beating, and but a 4 or 5 would have been better, at least if not a 5 or 4. And screen ratio is 91%. That's decent. Okay, now here comes the Exynos 9611 processor. It's I think this is somewhere below the 700 series of Snapdragon processors, because the 700 series of Snapdragon processors are pretty good. It's good, but I think the downside of this processor is after you play PUBG for maybe 2 hours or maybe even 1 hour or 45 minutes, it can get hot, it can get heated up. But it's got a plastic back, so I don't think that it's going to be a major of an issue for the heating, because it's something which is relative. It's definitely not going to heat up much from the other YouTube reviews I've seen. It's all below control. It's below 40 degrees, max 41, and I think they still have room for improvement. The Exynos, it's going to take a while till they can get more advanced, but of course Snapdragon today is the king, and they have they have the 855, they have the 855 plus, as you know, and they are very, very, very fast and powerful processors. But according to me, if you're in a budget oriented phone like the A series of the Samsung A71, it would cost you more than around 32,000 bucks in rupees, INR. So that's something which is that's expensive. You get a 730 Snapdragon, if I'm not wrong. Just correct me on that. You can just post the comments, since it's my first video. Please bear with me. And yeah, I think that's a very good processor, but we are paying double the cost for that. I mean, think about it: 15,500 rupees versus 30,000 plus. I mean, it's something which is it's double. And you put 10,000 more or 9,000 more, and you get a S10 Lite, which is excellent in terms of very high-end gaming performance. With the 855, there will be absolutely no lag. It's got a very good slow SAR rating of 0.27. Yeah, that's the Samsung Lite S10 has one of the lowest SARs. It's excellent. It's got one of the best displays out there. Of course, Super AMOLED Plus, and it's got everything. Almost everything a phone in today's time needs. Yeah, of course, you're a little here and there, but yeah, it's good. It's 80 to 90% perfect. These are the two different colors. You can see the blue and the black. I prefer the blue, but even the black is good. Black, I mean, unless you see it in hand, it's hard to tell. But the black also is very good, and it's got a plastic back, so maybe it is prone to scratches. But you can always buy the case from Amazon or Flipkart, or Spigen cases are very durable and very good. I've used them for 2 years. Nothing happens to them at all, and they've got very good impact. Also, I've dropped my phone maybe 100 times plus. Nothing happens to it. It's got very good absorptions. Spigen, yeah. I think it's a US brand, yeah. So they're worth it. They made very well. Now this comes with an HD content and Dolby Atmos, which is added benefit for the speakers. I've not heard the sound, but from the other YouTubers, I think they're pretty good. That's what they said. Fingerprint scanner, face unlock. These are all basic defaults with these mid-range phones now. It's got a SAR value of 0.48, which is also quite relatively low. Anything below 0.50 is low. I think it's safer to use those. Anything below 30 is good, very good. Yeah, I don't think you get anything lower than 0.25, 26, 27. Yeah, that's the lowest you get. I think the Realme, the Redmi 8 has a SAR of 0.25, which is excellent. Again, if you compare it with the Samsung, I've seen both in the store. I think the Samsung has a better display. Yeah, not the M, but the A series has a better display, and even the M, because the M also uses the same technology, the Amoled S display of which is of the A. Yeah, it's got Android 10. Now the Samsung UI has really improved over the time and years. The new UI is very good. Android 1. It's excellent, and it's got very smooth interfaces. Yeah. And these are all the basic features: the accelerometer, fingerprint scanner, gyro sensor, geometric sensor. This is for the compass, and I think the GPS, and the proximity sensor, virtual light sensing. It's good. They're giving you quite a bit for this kind of this price which they are charging. I think you cannot go lower than that. So yeah, it's got brand value, of course. And it's got a 2.3 gigahertz, which is default pretty much nowadays. Most phones have that. The weight is quite 188. Anything below 190, I think, is decently light, especially with a 6,000 milliamp battery. It's a lot. This is the best part of it. And the cameras are good. The Moto X4, I remember, also would have. It was not a flagship, but it had good cameras. But I think now with these lower segment phones, they're coming out with different megapixels. They're increasing on them. So yeah, this is about it. Next time I'll maybe do a review on another Galaxy model. So for now, for my first video, please do help me out, and I hope you liked it, because I do a lot of research. I got into this because I was looking to buy a phone for myself, which I'm still working on, and I wanted a phone which is not too expensive but within budget. So I think the 21 and the 31 also is good, but I'm just kind of still contemplating. I love the Samsung S10 Lite. It's really good. Compared to the OnePlus 770, I still think it's better a little bit from my perspective, especially the cameras and stuff. So of course OnePlus 70 is a beast, no doubt, but the M31 is really good, and it's got some a lot of juice in it. But yeah, all said and done, I think the third, because if only the M31 or the 21 had a Snapdragon 700 series processor, I think it would have been really excellent. That's it. I don't think they need to make any changes in the display and stuff, or maybe just a little better speaker. But that doesn't mean the speaker is bad at all. Not at all. It's not. Maybe stereo speakers, and maybe they can come up with that in the next project. I don't know. Maybe the M31S is coming up with a Snapdragon processor anytime soon, next month. So let's wait and watch. And yeah. So this is Bhash from Mobile Xengagers, and I'll see you in the next video. You have a good one. Do kind of please like. I don't want to pressurize you guys, but I'm new, so if you can like and subscribe, it will be very nice and kind of you. Thank you so much. Bye.